At the very moment I stepped in that children's hospital room, which was full of ill children, Ronnie was the one who caught my attention. It was clear that that was something not normal at all. Ronnie is severely malnourished and he also has a kidney disease. He needs special treatment and he needs special diet. And now he's not receiving either of them.
Deprimente, esto es demasiado frustrante, de verdad, porque es la vida de mi hijo, ¿me entiendes? No me gusta decir la palabra, pero lo tengo que decir porque no se me puede ir. Es difícil.
But even though Ronnie's case shocked me, I later learned that he was not the only one. I talked to a doctor who told me that 80 children died last year in that hospital from malnutrition.
Estamos viviendo un momento de crisis y teníamos todos que ir a ese niño para poder aprender de desnutrición. En este momento no. En este momento, todas las semanas puede llegar un niño desnutrido.
The hospital cannot give the children and the family what they need. They don't have food, they don't have medicines. Even the surgical supplies that the children going under surgery needs, well, the families need to provide them. And this is really, really expensive for them. The situation is that bad that I was talking to the hospital director and then all of a sudden lights went out. The director obviously stopped paying attention to us. She had more important things to care of. So she rushed off to find out what was wrong. This is happening day after day in all Venezuelan hospitals and in all Venezuelan towns. We wanted to find out what the real reasons for blackouts were, because many times in Venezuela there are different versions of the truth. The Venezuelan government says that blackouts are due to sabotage and terrorist attacks, but we are on our way to an electric substation with someone who claims he has evidence that the real reason is the lack of maintenance and poor investment. Plácido Malave is the head of the regional fire service. When we got to the electrical substation where he wanted us to film, we found that the National Guard was expecting us. They didn't allow us to film. But from the car, we could see it was in a general condition of disrepair. In this electric substation, one transformer exploded 1 month ago, and this aggravated the problem of the blackouts in the area. Plácido showed us electricity pylons. We could see how the plants growing up press down and make the cables sag.
Bueno, la maleza en estas condiciones provoca primero una condición de incendio bastante vulnerable, donde sobre el tendido eléctrico inclusive produce la caída de ella.
And I remember an electricity pylon in particular which looked almost like a tree. You wouldn't have noticed that there was an electricity pylon behind it. He told us that these pylons provide electricity to the whole city of Puerto La Cruz. Later that night, we went to see what happens when they fail. It was like something from a movie where the only light you saw came from homemade lights or from the cars passing by. We were invited by a woman living there, and well, and she told us that she and all her family was badly affected by the blackouts.
No se puede conservar comida. Si no llega la luz el mismo día, ya para el otro día los alimentos no sirven, se dañan. La falta de comida, la falta de medicamentos, ahora la falta de electricidad. A veces uno se derrumba, pero tiene que seguir adelante.
Peor que tú.
I've never done an interview in such a strange atmosphere as the one I had with this old lady living there.
Es como un retroceso que hemos tenido, que no habíamos vivido. No lo habíamos vivido. Sabotaje. Eso es pura mentira. Porque si ellos hubiesen atendido a tiempo todo lo que le venían diciendo, no, esto no pasa. Ahora no. Por eso ellos son culpables de esto.
Well, that interview in the middle of a dark street
gave me an idea of how vulnerable many people in Venezuela are. But one of the things I learned while being a correspondent here is that they are some of the most resilient I've ever met in my whole life.